Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. McBee Dynasty boys spilled tea on father's legal issues. The McBee Dynasty boys are spilling the tea on their father, Steve McBee, and his legal issues, for which he is set to be sentenced in September. He was barely featured in the Season 2 premiere, and it seems his ex-wife, Christy McBee, will be replacing him. So how do his sons feel? Keep reading for more details. After a successful premiere season, McBee Dynasty moved from USA to Bravo. The second season premiered on Monday, June 30th, and patriarch Steve McBee exited. At the beginning of the episode, it seemed he was struggling in business and his personal life. Therefore, he packed up and left. Yet prior to the season premiere, it was revealed that Steve was facing 30 years in prison for federal crop insurance fraud. His initial sentencing was set for June 2025, but was moved to September 2025. After all of this and the uncertainty of what will happen to Steve, his sons are speaking out. They have not seemingly said anything regarding their father's legal problems before. Yet, with all of the news surrounding the case, how can it be ignored? Before Season 2 hit Bravo, Steve's son, Stephen McBee Jr., detailed what life was like with all of this drama and how he and his brothers were faring. He explained that they are there for Steve during his drama, plus it has brought the brothers closer. We're just here to love and support him. If anything, it's drawn us closer as a family, just going through something that challenging. Steve has seemingly remained optimistic, sharing clips of himself and his granddaughters on social media. The biggest thing that Stephen McBee Jr. wanted to clear up was any misconceptions regarding his dad. He wanted McBee Dynasty fans to know what a good-hearted man Steve is and always has been. Furthermore, he made it clear that his father would do anything for his family. Finally, he noted how everyone who directly knows Steve adores him, and if they have anything bad to say, they are clearly misinformed. When McBee Dynasty fans saw that Steve McBee was gone from Season 2, they had a lot of questions. They wanted to know if he would return at some point. There are some big events this season, such as Ali Ventresca and Jesse McBee's wedding. So he will likely pop up, but he is also a presence with Galina Salkovska. The two were an item until he started dating her best friend, Masha. This is already causing Galina to spiral, and she has landed in jail. Regardless of what happens or if Steve is shown, he has a strong support system that will love him through anything. Are you shocked that Steve's sons are standing so firmly by their father, or is that just what sons do? Moreover, do you miss having him on the series? Let us know your thoughts, and watch McBee Dynasty Mondays on Bravo. The Missouri sun was high over the rolling hills, but inside the sprawling McBee ranch, the air was electric with tension. The cameras had just stopped rolling on another episode of McBee Dynasty, America's latest guilty pleasure, part family drama, part cowboy fantasy, part legal thriller. And this week, the tea kettle was whistling louder than ever. The McBee boys, Cole, Jesse, and Weston, sat in the barn-turned media room, each with a mic clipped to their flannel shirts, and a producer egging them on from the shadows. This wasn't just another episode. This was the one where the gloves came off. So, y'all really want to talk about Dad's situation? Weston asked, arms crossed, eyes scanning the cameras. His voice held both dread and thrill. After all, their father's name had been making more headlines than their cattle auctions lately. Cole, the eldest and self-declared heir to the ranch, leaned back in his seat and exhaled. People are gonna say what they want. Might as well say it ourselves, right? Ain't no point pretending everything's perfect. Jesse, the family firecracker and social media savant, nodded. Exactly. People already know something's up. Might as well tell 'em before TMZ does. What followed was less of an interview and more of a confessional. And the world was ready with popcorn. It started 6 months ago when patriarch John McBee, self-made rancher, businessman, and reality TV legend in the making, was hit with a lawsuit alleging financial misconduct tied to the ranch's land deals. The allegations, questionable property swaps, under-the-table loans, and a trail of unpaid debts that stretched longer than a Texas backroad. While the elder McBee kept a steely silence, insisting everything was above board, whispers turned into roars. Local news couldn't get enough of the scandal. Suddenly, the rustic charm of the McBee brand was tainted by legal drama, and the once beloved Cowboy King became a cautionary tale. Now it was the son's turn to speak. Growing up, Dad always told us never to show weakness, Jesse said, eyes locked on the camera. But covering stuff up, that ain't strength, that's fear. Cole shifted, visibly torn. It's not like he was out there trying to scam people. He was trying to keep the ranch afloat. The man worked day and night, but, yeah, some choices were made. Bad ones, Weston added, the kind that don't just hurt your bank account. They hurt your family. The confession was raw. They didn't just air grievances, they dissected their legacy. Cole revealed that some of the land deals were never run by the family. Jesse shared that he'd found inconsistencies in the ranch's financial reports, but was told to leave it alone. Weston, the most reserved of the three, confessed to overhearing arguments between their parents late at night about hiding the truth from the boys. The tension had been simmering for years. Reality TV only turned the heat up. Petition to rename McBee Dynasty to Succession, Cowboy Edition. For fans, this wasn't just juicy gossip. It was a paradigm shift. The sons were no longer just pretty faces in cowboy hats. They were whistleblowers, rebels, maybe even heroes. But not everyone was cheering. Back on the ranch, John McBee watched the footage with a clenched jaw. The man who'd built an empire from dirt and sweat was now being dissected by his own blood. Sources close to the family say he was heartbroken but not surprised. The boys had hinted at going public for weeks. Still, nothing prepares a father for the sting of betrayal aired in HD. But betrayal? That depends on perspective. We didn't do this to shame him, Cole later said in a behind-the-scenes interview. We did it because we love him, and this family. If airing the truth is what it takes to fix things, then so be it. The fallout was immediate. Sponsors paused their deals. Lawyers released carefully worded statements. The production company behind McBee Dynasty leaned in, releasing a bonus episode titled Betrayal at the Ranch, featuring unused footage, cryptic sound bites, and dramatic music cues worthy of a Netflix thriller. But something else happened too. Fans rallied, not around John McBee, but his sons. A viral TikTok campaign, #StandByTheSons, emerged, with creators sharing their own stories of confronting family legacies, breaking cycles, and demanding transparency. Suddenly, the McBee boys weren't just reality stars. They were symbols. Symbols of a generational shift. The next week, the boys returned to the barn for a live Q and thousands tuned in. Do you think your father will forgive you? One question read. Jesse smiled. I hope so. But even if he doesn't, he raised us to fight for what's right. Another asked, what's next for the McBee dynasty? Cole answered without hesitation. We rebuild. Not just the brand, but the trust, from the ground up.